My nephew is a young teen. He lives with my brother, his dad, his stepmom, his younger stepbrother, and his half-sister, who's a baby. My brother's first wife died 5 years ago. My brother remarried last year, but has been with my current sister-in-law for the previous 3 years. My nephew gets along really well with my son and daughter, and they hang out together a lot at my house. My brother never minded before, but recently decided that since my nephew doesn't consider his stepbrother and half-sister his siblings, more time needs to be spent together. So he wanted me to be the bad guy and tell my nephew he's no longer welcome after school. I told my brother I wasn't going to take the blame, and he needed to talk to nephew if he wanted to make things work. My brother said it would be better coming from me, but I didn't go along with it. So my brother told him I said he wasn't welcome anymore. So nephew came to me, and I was honest. His dad wants him to spend more time with his stepbrother and half-sister. These are the terms my nephew uses, and so he decided he shouldn't spend time at my house anymore. My nephew is angry at his dad and told him that taking away the people he wants to spend time with won't make him want the other two more. So he said he's not going to run to bond with him because he doesn't have his cousins. He'll just do other stuff. My brother is annoyed that I told my nephew the truth. He said I had no right to undermine him and hurt their relationship by making nephew dislike him. So I told him he did it himself. But when he said it wasn't my place, something stuck. So, am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Your brother wanted you to be the fall guy so he could preserve what relationship he has or had with this child at the expense of your relationship with the child. If I were you, I would have done the same thing. Also, can you imagine what it would feel like as a child to be rejected like that by someone you loved? You're not welcome? OMG, that's so damaging. He should know it was for a reason, getting to know your stepbrother and half-sister, rather than internalize, oh, they just don't want me anymore. There must be something wrong with me. How selfish is the brother that he would do that to a child? I would have done the same thing by telling him the truth too. Not the idiot. Sounds like another case of a father neglecting his original child for his new family and trying to make it work. This is just going to make him resentful and hate his step and half-siblings more. You did nothing wrong by taking the blame. Your nephew would have felt even more rejected if his safe space, you, rejected him too. I am worried about his mental health. I can imagine how his dad is at home. Father and son need therapy. You should tell your brother. He might be in danger of losing his son, but then he might blow up at you for that. Just be there for your nephew. Why can't the new stepbrother and half-sister come to your house as well? It seems like everyone is bent on excluding the new family members. So yes, you are the idiot here. You have an additional niece and nephew now, and you need to be a good example to your nephew and start acting like it. Because I'm not babysitting. My nephew is independent and can do his own thing at my house. The baby can't, and the younger step-nephew is not fully there either. Not that it's a bad thing, but he's not at the stage where you could leave him to hang out for endless amounts of time. They are all welcome at my house when their parents are there, but I don't babysit. I don't hate my brother at all, but I'm not going to throw myself under a bus for him. And I have encouraged my nephew to give it a shot, but he's not interested, and he was very clear about that. You are fine, OP. You're not wrong. Blaming your nephew for not wanting to bond with people who took his father is utterly ridiculous. I have a blended family. I don't talk to my step-siblings, nor do I hate them. Just indifferent. Forcing relations by lying helps no one. And no, you don't have to be the bad guy to support your brother's toxic behavior. You are not his free babysitter too. Here we go. So, my girlfriend's sister is getting married at the end of this month. The invitation had already been sent out. The problem started when my girlfriend received an invitation, but I didn't. She then told me her sister said that I wasn't allowed to come since her wedding only allows married or engaged partners or family members to attend. It's funny because I've been with my girlfriend 4+ years, and her family considers me as their own. We attend every function together as a couple. But honestly, I don't care if I'm not allowed to attend. My girlfriend, however, did care and told me she wanted me at the wedding, and the only way to make that happen was if I proposed to her and announced our engagement. I didn't agree for several reasons. Number one, I'm still in the phase of grieving my deceased dad, and number two, I can't afford the ring my girlfriend always wanted right now. Heck, I barely have gas money until the end of the month. My girlfriend said I should borrow from my family or friends, but I didn't want to deal with debt on top of rent, you know? My girlfriend insisted this was the best solution. I asked her why she couldn't talk to her sister again and see if she agreed to let me attend if it's such a big deal for her. But she said she already has, but her sister and her fiancé were stubborn. I said, sorry, looks like I'm not going to be there, I guess. My girlfriend threw a fit, saying she wants me there so badly, and I'm not trying as hard as she is right now, and insists that the best thing to do is to propose to her ASAP and make it official and attend the wedding together. I refused, and she cried about letting circumstances win this situation, and again said I wasn't doing enough. As I said, I don't give two bits about being invited, but seeing how this is a huge deal to my girlfriend, I think maybe I'm negative and dismissive. Not the idiot. It sounds like your girlfriend and her sister are setting you up. I have heard of some bogus reasons to get married before, but to attend a wedding that you should be invited to anyways has to be at the top of the list. This was my guess as well. Girlfriend is crying crocodile tears, so OP caves and goes into debt for a ring. I bet she told her sister how much she wanted to get married too, and her sister was like, I have the best idea. If girlfriend wanted OP to come, she could force it easily by telling her sister that unless OP is there, girlfriend ain't there either. That is the way to go if your family isn't respecting your partner. The fact that she's not entertaining any other possibility besides you propose now is why I'm not giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm just wondering why she's not proposing herself and buy that ring with her own money. Pressing the partner to propose and buy an expensive ring is so chauvinistic and ancient. We're living in the 2020s. Everyone should aim for equality. You should only propose if you're fairly sure the other person is going to say yes. It sounds like the OP isn't ready yet, so her proposing to him would also lead to trouble in paradise. Yeah, OP, do not get engaged to this person. Do not marry this person. This is a made-up situation to force you to propose. If she is this manipulative and freaks out that you won't propose just so you can be her plus one, I won't be surprised when she shows up pregnant and tries to get you to propose because of that. You don't have a proposal problem. You have a girlfriend problem. I think you are the idiot. Weddings are about celebrating love and relationships, and in this case, family. You are a part of the family. Most people would want their partner with them at a wedding, to celebrate together, someone to dance with, etc. The fact that you are so dismissive of why she wants you there is also really concerning. Not as concerning as her trying to guilt you into proposing, but still, do you often say, I don't know why you want me to come with you, to things important to her but not you? I don't think you want to get married, or at least not to her. I don't think she wants to marry you. She wants to be married. She doesn't sound like a very supportive partner from how she has handled your grief. I would highly suggest that you two talk about your relationship and figure out where you see this thing going. So it's everyone's the idiot here. This is a picture of a guy who wants things to be casual indefinitely and a lady who wants them to be married. Not a good dynamic. And she went way out of bounds with this stunt. I have a friend named Lisa. Lisa and I have been friends since we were in elementary school. We bonded over our shared trauma and crappy childhood. Lisa isn't the easiest person to get along with, and so she would often make up fake stories about her life for people to like her. It was pretty harmless at first, but it's gotten more careless and extreme as we've gotten older. Some of the things she would do are make up stories about her life, post it on the internet, or go into a chat room or even in real life with strangers, and they would be so believable that it would get people to feel bad for her, donate money to her, and shower her with attention. Recently, she's been talking to this guy. They built up quite a good relationship, like a father-daughter type relationship, all based on a lie. He seems to care for her. All was fine until she pretended that she was hurt. She sent him a goodbye letter and everything. The dude became worried and blew up her phone every day for over a week to see if she was okay. My friend wouldn't respond. It wasn't until he stopped messaging her that a few days later she messaged him with some crap excuse that the guy was so worried and upset about what he thought Lisa did that the stress caused him to get sick and he had to be hospitalized. When Lisa heard this, She became upset, saying she didn't mean for it to happen and didn't know what to do. I suggested she apologize and tell him the truth, and she said she would. A few weeks later, we were hanging out, and she was talking on the phone. It sounded familiar, so I asked who it was. It turns out it was the guy that she hadn't come clean to him or apologized. Instead, she manipulated him into feeling bad for her. This made me mad that I ended up exposing the truth to the guy. Lisa was not happy about this whatsoever. She called me selfish, jealous, entitled, saying I took away her only form of coping. Our other friends are saying that I should have given Lisa time to come clean on her own terms, and that it wasn't my place to tell the guy, and that by telling him, I ruined any chance of them ever being friends again. Not the idiot. Lisa is lying for both fun and profit, and not over trivial things. She's literally scamming people. You saved the guy a lot of trouble. I believe she likely never intended to come clean to this guy. You did the right thing. Downright not the idiot. That's an impersonation. She benefits from it via receiving money, time of people, and attention. It's highly immoral and illicit. In my native country, we have a popular show dedicated to exposing imposters like her, who did the same thing. It's untenable that people toy with other people's feelings and take endless resources from them. Not the idiot. I've met this kind of person a couple of times. I have a cousin that my family calls a storyteller, and another guy I know that makes up stuff constantly with seemingly no awareness. They both usually get mad and defensive if called out, never contrite. They are pathological liars. They have limited to no control over their ability to tell the truth. I can't even really tell if they know themselves that they are lying. Your friend sounds the same, although with a streak of added cruelty that is very concerning. She needs help, soonest. Not the idiot. She needs like a lot of therapy. That is sociopathic behavior, and it's damaging. I would strongly suggest she seeks professional help, and for your own safety, you need to distance yourself from her. Also, you buried the lead a little. The guy who was worried sick about her? I have my questions about him and his motivations as well. If he is seeking out damaged girls to be father figures to online, it sounds bad too. I, nearly adult female, am a senior in high school, 12th grade, and I have a sister, younger teen, who is a freshman, 9th grade. I had a habit of scanning my notes and tests and quizzes and saving them to my Google Drive in case I needed it later. When my sister takes a class that I've taken before, I send her the folder with my tests and quizzes and notes from that class for her to use. We got into an argument last week because our house burned down in the California wildfires last year, and we just got a new house. There are 4 bedrooms and one is big, and it has an ensuite bathroom and a walk-in closet, and the others aren't small, but they're not that big either. My parents gave me the big room because I'm older, and my sister lost her temper. After yelling at my parents, she started yelling at me and called me a stuck-up witch and a worthless idiot. Well, the day after the argument, she told me she needed my Algebra 1, History, and Biology notes. I asked her to apologize for losing her temper on me, but she refused to. So I deleted everything, then emptied my trash. She got mad at me again and asked what she was supposed to do without my notes. I told her to write notes like everyone else. She started crying and locked herself in her room. My dad said he could see why I did it, but he wanted me to apologize to her. My mom says I don't have to apologize though, and that she got what she deserved. Now I'm starting to feel bad for deleting everything. So I wanted to know if I was the idiot. Not the idiot. I'm with the mom. Don't apologize to her. She's having a tantrum because you got rid of something that belonged to you. That would be like if someone started having a meltdown because I destroyed a piece of artwork I created. Not the idiot, but she should have been taking her notes from the beginning. Taking notes is a learning tool, and most teachers would consider using the test cheating. But I don't understand why OP gets the big room with an ensuite bathroom and a walk-in closet, and not the parents? This would create tensions with a little sister. Not the idiot. Your family has been through a lot recently, so I don't want to say this, but I have to. Your sister sounds like a stuck-up teenage brat that has gotten, for the most part, everything she wanted in life until now. She can either take her own notes or sit in her crappy bedroom and complain about it. My 24 female, boyfriend Theo, 25, and I have been together for 3 years, about to be 4. I've been living with him for the last 2 years. He's kind, handsome, smart, and I thought honest. Despite the both of us being young, I felt hard for him. I dreamt of getting married to him. I saw him looking at rings recently, so before all of this, I guess he was going to propose, having kids with him, etc. Ever since I was a child myself, I have wanted to be a mom. I wanted to experience pregnancy, have at least 2 kids, etc. God, I even picked out baby names. However, I didn't plan to have kids anytime soon, since I have not yet established my career properly. I met Theo through a mutual friend. She told me about some accident he had when he was younger, and she says he told her that he was infertile. We were dating for like 3 months at this point. She brought this up randomly when we were at my sister's baby shower, and I mentioned wanting kids. I went home to ask Theo about this. It wasn't really that big of a deal at that point because I could have easily parted ways with him. We were not serious at all and not even exclusive. But that day he told me he just told it to our mutual friend as a joke, like I got hit in the balls and now I can't have kids, and that he was not infertile. He told me about this after I told him it would be better to part ways since we're not serious anyway, and I want kids, at least a chance to have them. 4 days ago, a friend of ours announced that she was pregnant. That got us talking about kids. I told him that I was excited thinking about the future and whatnot. He got serious and told me we needed to talk when we got home. When we got home, he said that he lied to me about not being infertile. I lost it. I yelled at him for lying and am currently staying with a friend. I don't know what to do or how to deal with this. On one side, he lied to me about something so important, but also I love him. I have loved him for 4 years. He texted me saying that I was abandoning him when he needed me, and I just felt so guilty. He is currently begging me to come back, and I don't know what to do. I'm confused about what I should do. I'd end it. Lying about something like this is utterly reprehensible and, in my opinion, unforgivable. You asked him about this early on, and you allowed him to tell the truth. Instead, he chose to lie and continued to deceive you for almost 4 years. He's not a good person. Children are a massive compromise. You want something he cannot give you. It would be best if you thought long and hard about whether you stay, especially as he's already lied about something so huge. What else is he capable of lying about? Personally, I'd never be able to trust him again. He texted me saying that I was abandoning him when he needed me. Just to say, that is classic manipulation. The initial lie was also a manipulation. I think there is a world where you can forgive him for the lies, but can you see a future with him in which you don't resent him? That's an important question you need to ask yourself. If not, you should leave him. It will be painful, but it would be more painful 15 or 20 years down the road. Also, I'm really sorry this has happened to you. He lied to you and you could have changed the course of your life much easier. The worst part of all of this is now he's gaslighting you into thinking you're crazy and making it about him. It sucks and I'm sorry, but you still have plenty of life left to live. You want a family, and if you're honest with yourself, that's not going to change. Add into the fact that he's a liar and is currently manipulating you and not even trying to apologize, and you should say goodbye and never look back.